Members of the Texas House Democratic Caucus are now discussing when they will return to Texas. They left more than a week ago to block a vote on redistricting. Yesterday, the Texas Senate voted to pass GOP-favored congressional redistricting plans. A group of Democratic senators walked out of that vote in protest. CBS News political director Finn Gomez joins us now from D.C. to talk more about this. So, Finn, what happened with the Senate vote on the redistricting maps, and could that have an impact on the House?
Yeah, Vlad, the Texas State Senate passed this controversial congressional redistricting known as Senate Bill 4, despite 9 of the 11 Senate Democrats walking out in protest. The bill passed along party lines. The map, the Senate-approved map, is now on its way to the Texas House. However, as you know, Vlad, the House remains gridlocked as over 50 Texas Democrats continue to remain out of state, denying the quorum needed. Therefore, the battle isn't over. The map, which tilts in favor of Republicans, still requires the Texas House to approve it to take effect. So without that quorum, the Senate map cannot be enacted, Vlad.
So why are House Democrats thinking of going back at this moment?
Yeah, great question, Vlad. Two things here. One, Texas Governor Abbott, a Republican, has said that he is ending this current special session by a few days and says he will call another one right after. And earlier this week, he threatened to call session after session until the Democrats returned, therefore ensuring that the standoff will continue. I also spoke to a top Texas congressional Democrat who says strategically this is a good exit ramp for the Texas House Dems to end this protest, because the fight over redistricting now heads to other states. They can call it a win because Democratic-led states like California are seeking to withdraw their state congressional seats to counter the moves by the Texas Republicans, Vlad.
And so what are Democrats saying in other states, Finn?
California Governor Gavin Newsom issued a statement last night aimed at President Trump on the ongoing redistricting fight. He mimicked the president's own trademark social media style in its wording and tone. Newsom said California will, quote, draw new, more beautiful maps in response to Texas Republicans' efforts to redraw there. In Indiana today, Texas House Democrats will join Indiana Democratic lawmakers in condemning what they call Republicans', quote, intimidation campaign to pressure states into rigging congressional maps for Trump's political survival ahead of the midterm elections next year. And as you recall, Vice President Vance visited the state recently to encourage Indiana Republicans there to redraw maps. But Republicans are also continuing their efforts to redistrict and redraw the maps in other Republican-led states, not just Indiana, but potentially Florida, Missouri, and Ohio. We also know, Vlad, that former Attorney General Eric Holder will participate in a call with House Democrats today. A source familiar with the details confirmed to CBS News. The call will be hosted by the DCC, the political arm of House Democrats. Holder is the chair of the National Democratic Redistricting Committee. So this ongoing political drama continues and can continue on for a while and grow much bigger than just the Lone Star State. Vlad.
All right, Finn Gomez from D.C. this morning for us. Thanks, Finny.
Thanks, Vlad.